Hey Homeworthy, it's Terri Matthews Woodall. Welcome back to my home in Georgia. Now today we're going to be doing a closet clean out. There's so much to do, so many things to go through. We don't want to waste any time, so come on in. Hi, I'm Terri Matthews, a servant leader, an entrepreneur, investor, mom and wife, and a lover of all things heart and home. I'm so excited to invite Homeworthy to discover my world here in Atlanta. From crafting dynamic decor to hosting unforgettable gatherings, I'll be sharing my favorite tips to make every space elevated. We'll also dive into fashion and entrepreneurship. We'll have heartfelt conversations with my friends and family who we're all just trying to live worthy lives. I can't wait to show you how I blend style and soul and a little bit of love into everyday life.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Hey Homeworthy, it's Terri Matthews, and I want to introduce you to my closet, also known as Terri's Boutique. But there's a lot of things in here that I need to sift and sort through and give away. I actually do give away lots of items, but I've accumulated a lot of items in this season, and I always like to do this refresh for the new year. And so I'm going to be redoing this closet, and I want to do it in the most least expensive way, but the most elevated, classy way that meets the needs that I now have. Over time, I accumulate a lot of things because I fly everywhere. Like, for example, you see the suitcase I literally just got back. I haven't even unpacked, and I have a corner of suitcases over here, but there's just always something packed and ready to go. And I have just stuff everywhere. And I'll tell you, I like my closet coordinated, as you can see. It's all color coded. But I also like things to not feel like it's so loud. And having so many things everywhere makes it feel like that to me. So I want things to kind of calm down, quiet down. And I'm thinking through about how I want to do this closet. Now I've had an opportunity to live in this home for 3 years. This is one of the areas that I've not redone yet. I wanted to live in the space, understand the space, and know how I would like the space to be laid out. I think for me, when I get in a home, I want to change things right away because I'm trying to make it so comfortable. One word of advice I would say is live in your space a little bit. Now, 3 years is a little too long. I've made this closet work, but I'll tell you, and it's met my needs, but I also think there's just so much that's in here. And I go a lot of places and I speak for a lot of people and I do a lot of things in the world. So sometimes I need hot clothes, cold clothes, bikini clothes, you name it, I got lots of it. So we're gonna walk through a few of these drawers. I love things not being seen, but at the same time, I wanna make my life a little easier and be able to peek through. So I'm trying to make a decision if I'm going to cut these out and put glass in here, or actually just keep it covered and change the color. So in here, there's lots of sneakers. Something happened with COVID. I think I went from high heels like this and high heels like this, or a shoe or a boot maybe like this, to comfortability. I don't know if it's COVID or age, but I'll tell you that I love a comfortable sneaker. Now let me open this up. Hopefully nothing falls out on you. Okay, these are hats. And my favorite thing to do, pray. These are belts, and they're still organized. These are my favorite types of earrings. Oh my gosh, I love these. I don't know if I'm gonna give any of these away, but when I say closet clean out, I'm giving away a lot. Handbags, shoes, perfume, jewelry, it all has to go. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I'll be in prayer about that too. Here's more shoes, more handbags, and these are also color coordinated. When you go to this side of my closet, this is my hat wall. It's something that I did also in my home in Mexico. When you actually enter and exit out of the house that I had built in Mexico, there was a massive hat wall, and it created a level of artwork, but it also allowed you just to grab a hat, put it on your head, and walk out the door. It was practical and functional, and it made a lot of sense, and so I did that here as well. These are scarves, and I have all sorts of scarves. I have fuzzy ones, light ones, dark ones, pashina ones, wool ones. I just have way too many scarves for all the different areas of weather. I have my favorite scarves. Here's some more hats. I don't really wear these as much. These were hats too that were in my home in Mexico. Real cool, nice decor item. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna display these in the closet. I'm gonna give you some cool things that I also did in the closet to kind of hide things. I'm not sure if this is a good thing because it looks like I don't have a lot, and then I realized you got too much, girl. You got to empty some of this stuff. So here are some boxes, and this is the way that I neatly, all my little short, small handbags, like I put them in here. It just makes it easier to kind of like grab little different things. So there's these. Of course, there's more shoes, there's purses that are on display, but I also support other people. Like I bought this jacket, or this cape, if you will, in Morocco. This was handmade, and I love Morocco. It's one of my favorite places in the world to be. And so there are a lot of things that are in here. This was a jacket that was also custom made for me by a woman who had started completely over. I actually saw this on one woman and she shared the information. And I got to show you my favorite coat, This is why this makes it hard to clean out. Because again, this isn't just stuff that I buy at a store. This is me supporting the women that I love. This was made by a friend, Tamika. It's actually the second one because my first one, my husband sat down and someone stole it, but it has angel wings on the back, and it's militant. It shows me that I'm strong and I'm capable, and I fight lots of spiritual warfare for people in prayer. Y'all know I like to pray. And so the thing about it is that these things are cool. I'm sure everybody has seen this jacket. The Lord is my shepherd. Isn't this cool? I like unique pieces that you can wear. And I also have very unique handbags. Not all of my handbags are just from some luxury store. A lot of my handbags too are made, or I buy them in other countries supporting women-owned businesses, like this one over here. This came from Colombia. There are a lot of things that I purchase with reason and intention. It's not just so that I have all these cool things. I want to incorporate some more pictures in my closet. I have to figure out a way to do that with my family. I mean, this is a space because we don't necessarily get dressed in our room. Our closet is our dressing space. So I change my clothes for bed here. I get ready for work here. I get ready for speaking engagements here. I get ready. I pray in here. I mean, there's so much going on. Let me show you what I think is also cool about my closet, because I have to have a space for this. Before we get to these clothes, I got to show you the things that really, really matter in the space. So behind this door, this is not pretty at all, but it means so much to me. These are notes that are written by my husband. And 1 year for my birthday, he wrote 46 notes. And every day there were just different things that were on the note. Like one was hope and truth and leader. These were things that he felt that I was. These were all kind of notes that encouraged me. He said that I was favored and I brought joy to our family, and that I was unique and unconventional, which is truly me. But these are notes, and some of them end up on the floor, so I have to keep resticking them and taping them on. And then these are nice long love letters sometimes. I'm a little bit of an old romantic, and so is he, so I think that's super cool. But we gotta display this thing better. It can't look like this. This is a mess. I love the notes, but it's a mess. So here is the area that you walk around my closet. Now, please, y'all, don't judge me. Don't judge me. The Lord is still working on my heart and me. So the thing is, I do have a lot of items, but I honestly pack up my items and I give them away. All jokes aside, I go through my closet several times a year, and there are people in my life that are in need. There are people that I don't know that are in need, and there are organizations that I pack these clothes up, put outfits together, and pack them up and provide them to the organizations here in the United States. And I also pack these things up and send it to countries like Mexico and Colombia. And not just my clothes, but my husband's clothes, as well as my son's clothes. So this has been a thing that I've done when I had next to nothing and a teeny tiny closet that you could just open the door and see the items, all the way down to these things that I now have today. Now, I will tell you this bar. Now this is bad. I have a bar in the closet because I pack all the time because I'm flying somewhere and I like to organize my clothes. But I also use this bar when I'm cleaning out my closet. I'll start in different color coded areas. So let's say today I'm gonna clean out the white and cream shirts. I go through, I put everything on the bar and I literally just put back or put on the bar what I think I'm gonna keep, or vice versa. I'll put everything on the bar and then put the things back that I want to keep. So what ends up happening is something like this. Now this was a sweater. I bought it for my husband. He said it was too foo-foo, so he was not keeping the sweater. I tried the sweater on and it looked great. It looked great. I loved it with the jeans and the sneakers. It was just so cute, so comfortable, so cozy. But I definitely can't give this sweater away because I like this one. So that means I have to find one that I will give away. I can't even get these sweaters. See, this is why I got to give away. I can't even get the sweaters back up here. Okay, so these are creams, blacks, then we get into blues and we get into colors. If you loop around to this side, this thing's a hazard in here. This is where I keep all my exercise clothes. So here are all of my little stretchy pants and exercise and run around. This is the shirts. Ask me how many times I exercise. 0 times. I have a gym downstairs, 2 of them. And yeah, I got to get better at that. I prefer dance classes or taking walks, but there's tons of exercise clothes that I like to go through and just keep a few outfits. Believe it or not, you see how many hangers are here? I bet you I could get this down to 10, well, maybe 20, 25. Let's come up with an agreement, 25 items, and I'll get rid of these other things. Here you have sneakers. So again, coordinated, as you noticed, all my dressier sneakers were that way. All of these sneakers go with all of my exercise clothes. Then there's long dresses and sweaters and sweatshirts and t-shirts and sets. Who doesn't love a good set? Every woman loves a good set. There's no thinking that has to happen when it comes to getting dressed. You just literally take it down and it's a pants and a top. When I don't feel like thinking a whole lot, that's what I do. And I have also taken over a little bit of space over my husband's closet. And then there's things that I'm pulling out. This vest, oh my gosh. I love this vest. I'm definitely keeping this vest. If not, it's going to become a pillow or something like the other jackets that you see me turn into pillows and benches in my home. So there's a lot of work that has to be done in this closet. And I want people to understand that to whom much is given, much is required. And so this season of my life, I've been going through this whole thing about, okay, Lord, thank you. You know, things don't make us. We shouldn't love the gift. I love the giver more than the gift. And as much as I have, I do try to give. But in this particular space of mine, it is my dressing room closet. Now, we went over there and you might have caught my ottoman in the background, but there was an ottoman I sit on, I put my shoe. I actually want to create a cozy space. My office is a great place to read the Bible, to journal, to write. But there's something about feeling cocooned. And so I'm thinking through how to make less more and give away more and live with less. Repurpose my clothes just like I've done with my furniture. And I want to create a space in here where I can kind of cocoon. I have a beautiful office and I'm so grateful for it. But the other piece of it is there's something about being in this space where I'm wrapped up with my words, sitting down, flipping through the pages, highlighting. I throw a pillow down on the floor in here sometimes, and I just love it. It's like a tight hug. So I'm anxious and interested to see how this is all about to come out. And I'm so excited to give away the things that I've collected over the years. Certain things I've purchased. I recently gave away my bag, my first bag that I purchased in Paris. After, working and having all these opportunities, I went to a Louis Vuitton, and I had bought my first Louis Vuitton. And so it was something that I really loved, and that was very sentimental to me. So I ended up giving it to my daughter. What I would say is things should not make us. They are not who we are. They don't validate us. And I'm grateful to God that these things don't validate me. I've learned to live with, and I've learned to live without. And although I'm blessed to have these things, it's also a blessing to be able to give them away. So Homeworthy, I'm excited for you to come and see how I tear down this closet, make a change, and then create opportunities to bless other people, all through the things that are right here. I'm surrounded by all of it, just all of this stuff. Somebody's gonna get all these things. I can't wait. Okay. See these tears? It's a lot of things we saying goodbye to. Look. It's no help at all. I mean, zero. Perfume bottles. This is anointing oil. I'm keeping this stuff. Bless me, Lord.
What did I do with my clothes?
I have no idea. These hang up. This hangs up with my sweatshirt, and these have to go somewhere back here on this pile. Okay, let's do shoes. I think that would be easier. We started this project, the sun was out, and now I am sleepy. There's still more to clean, but lots have been done. As you can see, the top, there's so many clothes and shoes left to go through. Oh. What was the whiz? What was that? What was it? Was it the whiz where the line was like, whoa?
TW is now closing. Please bring your items to the cashier. TW is now closing. Thank you, customers. Shop at TW again.
So we're back at it today with Closet Cleanout. And when I tell you guys, it is all hands on deck and also all prayer because it is needed. This Closet Cleanout is certainly not for the faint of heart. This has been days of going through a few things and nights, because there are some things that I simply treasure that no longer serve me, but have to be given to someone else that hopefully it'll place a smile on their heart like it's placed one on mine. And Israel, who's my contractor, who'll be here today, and we're talking through what we're gonna do refacing this closet. I don't know if y'all know this, closets to redo are expensive. So I'm not redoing the whole thing, but I wanna do just enough so that it has a facelift and it feels fresh, and I wanna do it on a budget. That's important to me because I wanna use my money to give away to others and not just buy more things or make a fancier closet to put more things in. I'm so excited that I've learned in this season of my life that the possessions that we have are just simple tools that I could use to serve God and serve others. But I'll have to be honest with you, sometimes it is just so hard to let go. I think I contemplated these boots 3 times last night. I was putting on boots, taking them off, putting them on, imagining them with an outfit that I planned to give away, that was in the giveaway pile, that somehow or another came back to the pile of keep. It ended up in the giveaway pile, and so did the boots. So I pray that it blesses somebody else's life the way that it has blessed mine. Woo, this is a whole lot. So last night, we had an opportunity to start pulling things out. We have emptied the cabinets, hats, shoes, perfume, belts. I could have strangled myself. I didn't even realize I had that many belts, but somebody else is gonna have them. That's great, they'll be blessed. I'm matching belts and shoes, so I hope you wear the same size belt as you wear the same size shoe. But right now, we've started another pile of shoes that I'm giving away. I struggle with these because if anybody knows, leopard is in, okay? Animal print is in. As you can see, these things are new. So these are the types of things that I'm also giving away, and I'm excited to bless somebody's life with it. And when I tell you, look at this, boots. Now these are hot. I think I tried these on. These two are pretty new. I tried these on. Lucia tried these on. My daughter might have tried these on. And then there's these shoes. So the things I'm giving away, keep in mind, aren't just old. They're fabulous and they're new, and somebody else's life is going to be blessed by them. You know what my problem is? I have a tendency to pause in the middle of this, and then I start putting outfits together. And it's not even outfits for me. I'll think of somebody, I'll go, oh my gosh, look at this skirt. They could wear this skirt with this top, and look at how this thing looks. Oh my gosh, that'd be cute. And then they can put it on with boots. And so I have to have moments where I say, you know what, Terry, that's all great. You have to get through this assignment. I have to put my CEO hat on and say, how do I get to the finish line? Well, I get to the finish line by remaining focused and remaining faithful to the project and the purpose. And the purpose is, the project is cleaning this closet. The purpose is blessing someone else's life. So I have to be stayed on track. I got to stay on track, and people do that for me. Thank God for Lucia, my mom, and my sister who will be here. Israel's not staying. He wants to hear about the closet and how it's going to work, and he's out of here. Other than that, I'd be like, Israel, do you know somebody who needs this? Do you know somebody who needs this? Do you know somebody who needs this? And so anyway, this is going to be a fun project, and I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out and how it's going to turn out on a budget. When you're cleaning out your closet, don't just give away things that are dirty or old or dingy or with holes. Give away nice things. And give away things that are clean and folded and looks like they got it from a boutique. That's what my daughter calls my closet, the boutique. So even clothes that are cleaned, for example, and I know this is all behind plastic, but what I'll do is if these items are being given away, right, these will be folded up or placed on a hanger. And they'll be given away so that people don't feel like they're getting used dingy clothes. I think it makes people feel good. I'll say that when I had to get clothes, oftentimes that were given to me from churches or any other people who gave them to me, I always like when they came clean, folded, and nice because it felt new. I don't want to give someone something that I wouldn't want to receive, and I don't want them to feel less than just because maybe they're getting clothes. Now I'll tell you, my sister probably could care less. Few of my sisters could probably care less. But when people don't know you, to be honest, if you're going to give it away, please package it up. Make it nice for somebody. If you can put a pair of jeans with a sweater. Now, we don't know everybody's sizes, and so that's difficult. That's why I'm challenged by putting outfits together, because I'm always hoping, like, if they can wear this skirt, they can wear this shirt, and this is a cute outfit. And some people don't know what to put together, so I like putting outfits together for people and giving it to them and allowing that to be a blessing in their life. So just a friendly reminder, please give away nice things, not just the things you don't like or don't want anymore. I have been taking a lot of thought into this particular area. I think this happened to all of us with COVID. So initially, I've always been a kind of relaxed CEO or investor or whatever I am, whatever I'm doing. I just wear what I want to wear, and it comes from wherever it comes from. If I like it and it's cute and it fits, or sometimes I buy for the occasion or for the season, for the moment. And so I'm really trying to get down to what I would call, I don't think I'll ever be a minimalist. I think that's stretching the truth. But I do believe that I want just quality things that I can reuse and repurpose. And I love things that have a story. So for example, this is an outfit that I had a speaking engagement in Morocco, and this was made by a woman that was there, and the quality of silk and material is so awesome. So just so that you know, I don't just buy clothes to buy clothes. I buy clothes to support people, and specifically women-owned businesses. So I have a lot of things like that that's in here from just different countries or places that I've gone to. I wore this thing to a retreat in Miami, and I'm typically nude, neutrals, blacks. And so you can't go into Miami with nude, neutral, and black. I needed a little bit of color. So I was able to go there. Oh, Museum of the Bible. That's what I wore this for charity, for raising money for Museum of the Bible. And you want to see something else bright that I wore? Yeah, this is certainly going in the giveaway pile. It served its purpose. This is Miami all the way. Sorry, Miami. Y'all got a lot of color out there. There's a lot of swimsuits. Let me be clear. I'm not body shaming, but I have a lot of swimsuits that no longer serve me because I no longer fit them, and it's time to give them away. Now, let me be clear. I have not worn these swimsuits. My hope, like every woman's hope, was probably to wear these swimsuits. And when I realized that it is not going to happen, not in this season and not in this lifetime, I'm okay with it. So everybody else is just going to get a brand new swimsuit. Or if you don't want to give your swimsuits away because you're holding on, then maybe you can save them for guests, because that's also happened where guests come over and we have a swimming pool and we have a guest room and we have new pajamas in there in case someone forgets their pajamas. We have swimsuits in case someone forgets their swimsuits. Those are other things that you can do with things that you're giving away. Again, this is going to be a fun project. My number one space, I know this sounds crazy with all the spaces that I have in my house to pray. My cousin was saying to me last night, why do you need a space in your closet? But sometimes it's something about being in this enclosed space that makes me feel good. And so I have another ottoman that I'm going to be doing. This one I'm going to be gifting. And what's important to me, under here, I don't do yoga, but I have a yoga pillow that most people use this to sit their hiney on. For me, I take a yoga pillow because these knees, they can't handle all this weight sometimes. I put my knees on here and it's my praying pillow. So I actually like this particular space in my closet a lot. And it's a place too where I feel like nobody can hear me but the Lord, even when there are lots of tears. And I recommend having some sort of ottoman that can deal with the mascara that comes off of your eyes if you don't have waterproof, because when those tears are dropping, honey, that mascara is right on here and you want to make sure that it comes off this fabric. So this is going to be interesting. I'm curious about how this is all going to turn out, and there's still so much to give away. Look at this. Look at this shoe. This shoe has to go. I think this shoe has to go. This shoe has to go. I think this shoe has to go. Notice I keep saying I think. They fit, but they're going to be cute on somebody else. This is actually too how I make a decision. I'll put them on, take them off, put them on, look at them with the different outfit, and then take them off and then put them in the giveaway pile. Okay, so this purse, this purse right here has some history. We were gifted this purse. I'm saying we. The women of the NFL were gifted this purse by a designer, and this has crystals all over it. I love the bag, but I'll tell you, this is the challenge. What happens when you have these cool little things that people give you and you're not really going to carry them, but you want to give them away? So I have to make sure these types of things don't become like idols in my heart, like feel like I got to keep it or do whatever for whatever reason that I have to do it. But this is a cool purse, and it's still up here because I guess I need to decide if I'm giving it away or not. So I'm here today with my good friend Israel from La Vista Construction. We've done quite a few projects together, and he's helped me certainly in this house. So I think he gets my flavor, my style, my expectations, my everything. And he's also a believer, so we have prayed together, cried together, laughed together, and encouraged one another. So it's always good to have him. And so I have a bit of surprise for you. You know how we were talking about what we were going to do in the closet? And I think I probably gave you a whole list of things. I have decided that with all of this wood, I'm going to not paint it.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that a good idea?
That's a good idea, because I know you mentioned wanting to be on budget in this project.
Yes.
And I think, that's definitely a good idea.
Okay, so this is my thinking. We know this trim is just not a nice color. This was the original color, and behind this color that this has become is some kind of blue, because we just kind of quickly covered it because this was a blue wall and we were like, oh my gosh, I can't live in the blue. But now that we're emptying this closet, the idea would be we're going to paint all the walls, all the trim in my favorite color that I have no name for. It's the one in my room.
The one in your room.
The one area that you did in my room. So
Yep.
we're going to do that. We're going to do the ceilings.
Okay.
Here's some of the change up that I'm thinking. I want to change this light, the two on the opposite side over there. So these are 6-inch recessed lights, which by the way, Israel put them in not too long ago
Not too
for
long
me.
ago, yeah, like 2 months ago.
We're going to repurpose them though. We're going to
Okay.
find somewhere else where they can be used. But I want to go to 4-inch here and 4-inch on that side. And the chandelier I ordered,
Okay.
I would like to put it here.
In the center.
Yes, in the center.
Okay.
And I think it's going to allow the space to feel a little bit elevated. I can't wait for you to
little
see
brighter.
it. A little brighter. And I think it doesn't feel so sterile, because unlike the rest of my house where I have a lot of brass, I'm going to go with a polished nickel. So handles
For the doors.
for the doors.
Nice.
And I've gone back and forth on keeping these acrylic ones. These are acrylic and polished nickel today, but I'm thinking of doing a solid, complete polished nickel handle
Okay.
to make it pop. I think once we paint the color, mysterious color, it's like this creamy, milky, whatever you say is still in my basement. We're gonna paint the rest of that. And then of course, everything back here, like behind all of these areas, they need to be painted. Behind here, they need to be painted. Oh, I found some more boots. I am not getting rid of these boots. I like these boots. As a matter of fact, I was a speaker at Facebook and I wore these during that time. So they have sentimental value. I think that was the first time they had me speak there. But I really like them.
They're nice.
Don't paint my boots, Israel. Okay, but we'll paint all the walls, even behind. Inside, we'll paint back here. Now, here are 2 questions I have.
Sure.
So these are shelves, and I want to add LED lighting to them. Can that be done?
You can.
Is it hard or difficult to do?
Not really.
Okay.
You know, like I said, we can always, find a place for a converter. We can, because they're gonna be like low voltage.
Okay.
So we can always find a place for them. And yeah.
Okay, question for you though. In reference to the LED lights and them being low voltage, will they just stay on and come on and off from a switch?
We can always, look up for a place for a sensor, like
Okay.
a motion sensor.
Okay,
Yeah, so
that'll
that
be
when
good.
you walk in, they will, turn on automatically.
Okay, so let me tell you, I'm not going to drive you crazy because I'm not going to put them everywhere, all right? But
Okay.
any of the things that I think that are open, like this part could be good because as you walk around,
Right.
on
I think
this
maybe
side,
the open shelves, like
Yeah.
the open shelvings will be a good place for them.
see how dark it is in here,
Right.
Israel? And instead of adding more lights at the top, it doesn't really solve the problem within this space. So I think that we can have an elevated look with a little bit of LED light, and then
Right.
we can see the things. To be honest, I'm getting older, y'all. I don't always have a pair of reading glasses off in this closet, and I need to be able to see some things. Putting the LED lights in here would be good. So complete paint, trim walls, change the 6 inches to 4
4
inches.
inches, okay.
We'll do a lampshade here, LED lights here. Okay, now I have one other question.
Sure.
This might be big.
Anything you need.
Okay, whatever it is you like. Okay, this is an ironing board.
Okay.
I do iron. Thank God that didn't hurt me. I told you.
That was a close.
Listen, I got the hand. I'm married to a former athlete. I got those quick hands. I know how to. I'm joking. In all seriousness, so this to me, because when we purchased the house, this ironing board was here, but it sticks out. What is this? Maybe 4 inches,
It's
6
about
inches.
4 inches,
Okay.
yeah.
Can we at all recess this? So you think we can cut into this wall without causing structural integrity damage or anything like that?
Yes, we can. We're just gonna have to, open the wall and see what's behind it. But I'm pretty sure we can. It doesn't look like it's a low-bearing wall.
Okay.
So
I would just like to take it and push it in.
Push it
you know
in,
what I
yeah.
mean? So that way it's flush. It's not going to be completely flush because obviously this still has to be here. I'm glad you didn't fall on me. Thank you for being calm. And so the idea here is this. So you know how I had hat hooks over here that were put up? My thinking is I want to take this wall and I want to take some hat hooks that are going to match my handles, and I want to put those hat hooks all up the wall. So
Okay.
it's probably going to be about 8 of them, and I'll kind of point out where they're going to go.
What do you want to do?
You know my measurement. I'll take like a shoe.
The boot.
I'll be like, okay, can you do it from this
from here to
space to this space, and then take a boot, and this space to this space? I mean, I'm so.
Yep.
Israel, how many projects have I measured with my body?
A lot of them.
And they all come out good.
Yes. Do you mind if we, because let's say that we open the wall and, because normally in these corners we have, like the studs, like
Okay.
double, triple sometimes. If we move it a little bit to the side, would that be a problem?
No, to be honest, I don't like that it's off-centered.
Okay, so
I
you
was
want it to
just
be
trying
centered.
to be. I would prefer,
To be
but
centered, okay.
this is my challenge. I would prefer for it to be centered, but then we start running into the electrical stuff.
We can always move the receptacle a little bit. You know, that's not a big deal. Lorenzo's gonna be here doing the.
Okay.
Lorenzo,
Oh, by the way, please take this back to Lorenzo because this belongs to him from the last time he installed.
Okay.
So you think we could move this to the center?
Sure.
We can recess it, and then we could also have the electric.
The receptacle, the power outlet. Yeah.
Okay, receptacle. That's all your fancy language. You know, I'm a practical kind of designer. The thing that you plug the iron into. Okay, so this is the ironing board. We'll move this. Okay, so if that's the case, if we do decide to move it, do you feel like it'll need to be moved? And if you think it's a headache to move it, we don't have to.
We can always look. I just noticed that we have a wall coming this direction.
Oh, this is here too.
Maybe that's why it's off center, because of the wall coming perpendicular.
Okay, we're gonna leave it alone.
I mean, if you want to be, recess it, we can always do it, but it's not gonna be center.
That's okay.
Is that okay?
Okay, so you can recess it. We're not gonna center it.
Correct.
Okay, well then good. Then what I'll do is I'm gonna use all this space right here, and this is all gonna be hats. So back here, Israel, as you can see, these are a lot of different love little notes that my husband writes me.
Oh.
The problem is they keep ending up on the floor and they have lost their stickiness and so on and so forth. And I just keep doing this over and over and over.
Place for them.
Yes. So this is my thought. I'm going to order, I got to measure it, a board that goes up and all the way down. I'm going to take my love notes. I would like to put my love notes for my husband or little reminders here. But I also have a little prayer box with prayer requests or things that I write down on index cards. And I have the prayer box out there. But I want to put certain prayers that have been answered on this wall.
Oh, nice.
So like when I know that things, either in my life or my friend's life, I want to be able to see that. Because I spend a lot of time in this closet. I get dressed here. I have meetings in this closet. As you saw probably earlier, I have an area to pray in the closet. So the thing about it is that I'm going to find something specific. And I want you guys to hang that on here. Yeah. Now, I've overflowed to the hallway and I've overflowed to my husband's closet. But little does he know that stuff is staying in there. It's neat. It's out of his way. He's not using the space, but I am. Okay, so out here, Israel, I want to paint this the same color as the closet.
That's the closet, okay.
And because there's no real place to hang a mirror, I'm going to take this mirror and I'd like to just hang it.
Hang it.
And we'll hang this up so that way I can kind of check out my whole outfit for the day. I got to make sure my hair is in place,
Okay.
Okay. You're so easy.
No, anything you need, Terri.
And I know your guys are starting tomorrow.
We are.
And my prayer is that all the rest of this closet that still needs to be cleaned out will be done.
This place is going to be nice.
Okay.
You're going to love it.
I'm hoping so. I just need a quick refresh, refacing. I almost asked you to cut these centers out and put chicken wire, but I'm not going to do that to you this time. I do have one question though.
Sure.
See how up here it's a little bit plain? Do you think we could put, I thought about building a box up higher. My challenge with that is then we cut into crown molding. I don't want to do that. And then we have to get on Pedro's schedule and then it could probably take longer. But is there anything that we could do maybe just to do some uplighting, maybe either LED lighting back behind there. I don't want to overdo it. I hate those closets that just there's LED lighting everywhere. I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm going back to the future in those closets. I don't want that. But my other thought was some character. So I was thinking about maybe putting something, I'm still going to have some bags up there, but maybe creating some level of an edge to the end or something. I don't know. Like, do you think we could put molding up there?
Molding.
At the top to give it some character?
Yeah. So you're worried about the space that you have between the cabinets and the ceiling, right?
No, let me see. All right, so up here, see where this is at this top?
Careful, okay?
I am. You know I'm a daredevil. Okay, so right here at this top, where this part is, I kind of want to put it like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to crown molding.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I told you. I got to remember all the right language. I'm joking. But instead of building this whole box here, we would end up losing this. And I don't want to lose this. So I thought if we just put a little bit of crown molding across here just to give it a little character.
Correct.
On this. Because I want this piece to look more like furniture. Because this is like a wall unit. Right. Think about like at your grandma's house or something like that. Like the kind of crown molding
you see in the kitchens, right?
Yeah, just a piece of crown molding. I'm still going to use this space to put handbags up. But the crown molding, I think, will just give it a little a little buzz.
Right. The only challenge here would be the color, because we're not painting the cabinets. We're gonna have to find, you know, a color that will match the cabinets. We can do it, but it won't be the same. It's gonna be close. Not the same, maybe.
Okay.
But it's gonna blend in.
How long have we been working together?
A long time.
What? Okay. And I am what? Over coordinated. Okay. So maybe it'll work. Let's see if we can find a piece. Let's just see a piece. If it doesn't work, then we'll scrap that.
Yeah.
And I'll think of some other idea.
It's gonna work. It's gonna be slightly different.
Will I be able to tell?
Probably you will be able to tell because you will know it's there.
But the rest of the world?
But the rest of the world, they will never know.
Okay. So Israel, I know that I've done a last minute change. I think I've gone from painting the whole closet,
the whole thing,
ripping the whole closet out, rebuilding everything in it, then back to keeping it. And I think I finally settled on this design. Because what's important to me, obviously, is being cost conscious.
Budget, right?
On a budget, cost conscious, because there's so much more the Lord is. We could use the money that the Lord has given us to steward to do so many other things. You and I are on the same page in reference to that. And so it's finally here. It only took 3 years, Israel. It only took
3 years.
How many years? Was it 2 or 3?
About 3 years.
About 3 years to do this. But I feel good about what's going to come out. I am trying to learn to be content and that everything is not perfect. Sometimes when things have a couple of bumps and bruises, similar to me, it brings it a little bit of character.
So yeah, Terri, I wanted to, say thank you because, you're always finding ways to bless people. And we've been blessed as a family, since we met you. we have done a lot of projects and, it's just great to work with you. You're professional, you understand, the difficulties, we find, along the projects. And it's been great, and we're blessed. And I know that you mentioned wanting to be on budget in this project, and it sounds, I didn't know this, but it sounds like this project has a purpose, and I'm willing to put my part on it, I'm going to try to, give you a 30% off in this project because of, all the work we have done together, and you've been blessing people. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the next time you're gonna see this closet, it's gonna be a grand reveal. There won't be any boxes, tons of clothes, and just stuff everywhere. My hope is that it will feel elevated and it will be functional and somebody's life will be blessed out of the things that I had an opportunity to do here. So, see you later. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff to do. Hallway. Color is gone. Old color has to go. it's all done finally. And it did not take, it took a lot more time than what we anticipated. And it wasn't the work that took the time. It was the work in me that took the time, because in this closet revamp that I did, this was a lot about being more generous, about letting go and decluttering. Now this closet still looks full, but I'll tell you something. In this closet, we were able to ship probably about 2 or 3 boxes worth of clothes. I mean, the big, large, massive boxes worth of clothes, boxes of shoes as well. And in several boxes, we were able to sell those items to a consignment store and pay rent for someone for 2 days. So it is still full. And I'm gonna go through these clothes and these items a little bit more, but as we walk through this closet, I can't wait to show you the important details of how we turned it not only just to a closet that hangs your clothes, but a place of serenity and prayer. And this has become not just my clothes closet, but my prayer closet as well. So I know we're in the closet, but I wanna start you in the hallway because it starts really there and then we walk into here. Come on out. So I want to show you this piece of artwork. As you walk in and out, this little hallway piece goes to my laundry room, and through the laundry room is actually where my car is parked. And so I have to go through this every single day, multiple times a day. And it was important. I found this piece of artwork. I normally don't like specific images of any kind, specifically of Jesus, but the thing about it is that this spoke to my heart in so many ways, because if you notice, this is not part of the art. I put a little Post-it note up here and I put me. And that's usually I'm out here on alone or trying to do things sometimes on my own. And it's just a consistent reminder of 2 things. 1, there's a tribe of people that God has created for me. And 2, that he never leaves me or forsake me and he comes after me. And so I literally saw this and cried. So I not only bought one for me, but I bought one for my sister for her closet as well. Interesting enough, I had no mirror. Now, you tell me who builds a house and puts a full-length mirror in the man's closet. So I would walk all the way from my side to my husband's side, have to move all his stuff around just to see my whole outfit. Well, that's all changed. I have this beautiful mirror that's here. And because we come in and out of this area, our keys used to be near the entrance of our house. That was so inconvenient. So I found this cool little piece right here. It's super heavy, a lovely onyx that matches actually all of our color tones in the house. And I just created my own key bowl. So both my husband and I, who by the way, he's always looking for keys, we can just drop those things here. So what's new in this particular space is all of these sticky notes used to be behind my door and they would fall and fall and fall and fall. But they're very important to me. These are all little notes my husband has written. And how many of you know that marriage is hard? It is not easy. So those days that we are getting on each other's last nerves, it is great to look at this and remind myself that it's a hard moment. And that my husband loves me and this is who he sees me as. And oftentimes I'll flip through these like I have done here. This is my new way of doing it. And I pull out the words right now that I think make sense to me. Either I'm struggling in that particular space or I'm reminding myself that I'm worthy because God says I'm worthy. And the fact that I am a good CEO, I am a good leader, I can bring joy to any room, I inspire hope. You know, I love the togetherness. I think that stays up all the time just simply because it's a reflection of our marriage, even in difficult times, because everything isn't always perfect and everything isn't always easy. So this particular board, I love to be organized. And so this particular board allows me to have a space and a place. And even here, I have a prayer box, but what's important to me even here is that some things require immediate attention all the time. And so I like to have that here, or just notes that people have written me or emails that they have written me because I've encouraged their life in some kind of way. And sometimes encouraging others or their answered prayer helps encourage me. So interesting enough, this is also before you walk out of my closet. And if you notice, right above it, it says just pray. So it's like, whoa, I could be walking out on my cell phone, grabbing my work bag. Now, let me tell you about this down here with this work bag. Okay. I don't know about y'all grandmother, and I know this might be a superstition, but my grandmother said, don't put your purse on the floor, because if you put your purse on the floor, you're not going to have no money. I don't necessarily believe that. I don't put my purse on the floor because most times they don't have feet on the bottom and I don't want my purse dirty or messed up. So, but you know, in homage to my grandmother, Nanny is what I used to call her, my bag sits on a place here, you know, so that it isn't actually on the floor. Now I'm going to walk you through here. Certain things may look a little similar, but I want to tell you, guys, closets are super expensive. Some of the quotes I got were well over $100,000 or $80,000 to $100,000. And I thought, that is not stewarding money well. How can I actually revamp this closet, make it feel elevated? And personally, I don't like everything hidden. I don't want it to feel like I'm walking in a pantry where all these cabinets are covering everything. I like to see things because it just makes my life easier. There are certain things that I like covered. And so I decided to keep one, the structure of the closet. I didn't decide to tear it all down, although that was an option, but there are going to be cool things that I added to it that elevates it a bit, modernizes it, and it still works for me. So this initially was shoes. I revamped on shoes, but these were very tiny handles. What did I do? I used appliance pulls. So if you have a closet or a space and you want to change it up, they basically plugged the previous holes that were on this wood and they put appliance pulls, and this just makes it feel a lot more elevated and more fitting to the size of the doors. In addition to that, the different pulls that I put on here were across everywhere. The other thing is, I don't know if you saw this, but in the center, I had all my perfumes on a piece of marble that was rounded, and it was kind of clunky. When I would reach and grab perfume, things would fall. Again, I like to be organized in my life professionally, in my life, in my personal life, in my friendship life. I'm over organized, just like I decorate 2 by 2. So the thing is that when it came to the perfumes, I wanted them on display. Now, I'll be honest with you, I gave a lot of perfume away. This for me, even right here, was a moment of letting go. It was a moment of making a decision of necessity or need, right? And not just having tons and tons of things. This is still a lot of perfume and it's based upon time and season and mood, but I was determined to make sure that perfume wasn't spilling out of this, which it was, and all over my dresser. So these are scents that I love and I want to continue to use them until they're used all up. Here is the same thing. I wanted to make sure I incorporated pieces from Michael Aram, who I love. These are the ginkgo butterflies. I won't go into all the details about them, but I absolutely love them. I have them also in my kitchen. This is a vase. I wasn't able to put flowers in, but you know what? You know how you always get those perfume samples? I like things to be put away and clean. And so I use this. It's easy for me to dig in and grab a perfume sample, throw it in my purse. I can take this perfume sample. It gets past TSA because it's less than 3 ounces, and it just gives you an opportunity to put it somewhere. So there's all kinds of scents. My favorite scents I kept, and I placed them in there. So whatever I grab, I won't go wrong. Again, I'm all about words, right? So here I placed a frame. It is made of Italian leather. I absolutely love this. And if you recall my Homeworthy tour previously, there's a lot of brass in my house. So I got to play with brass and silver here in my closet, which I loved. In this frame, I wrote, "He who created the heavens, he is God." And actually, Melinda wrote this for me, and I was able to put it in this frame. And so I am so encouraged by words, and I want every time I go through my closet or my space to really, really remember when the moments I feel like something hasn't been answered or hasn't gone my way, or maybe I'm just not feeling my best that day. I don't feel like I look my best. I don't feel like I speak my best. I don't feel like I do my best. It's great to come in here and consistently be reminded, because my closet is like a pass-through. I go through the closet to get to my room from the garage. I go through the closet to go out to the workspace. So I'm always in this closet. It's like a tunnel or something from one destination to the next. I do want to point this out. As I said, this is my praying closet. I also have anointing oil in here, and I created a separate little spot outside of the perfume because I have siblings and daughters who like to come to my closet, and they might use the anointing oil versus the perfume because they didn't read it. They're just trying it because they're sneaking. Yeah, I know you're in my closet. I know I can see you. What was also cool was that revamping the closet also reflected a revamp in my own heart. It helped me understand that I am still at times, even though I can look all around me and see all what God has done, I am still dealing sometimes with scarcity. And so as much as this closet redo was about decluttering, giving, letting go, and being generous, it was also about letting go of the things that I've held on to and things that have caused me to stumble or to not feel like I'll have enough. And so this has been a good exercise, not just because it became some kind of cool little space, but simply because it showed some things in my heart that I've definitely needed to pray and work through. Okay, so there's lots that's going on in here, including a communion cup, as you can see. These are important. If you don't know about communion, I don't have time to teach you on Homeworthy. Go Google it or something. But this is about communion. Let me tell you, we changed the light. Now, I had two different light fixtures. One, my husband would constantly hit his head and balls would fall down absolutely everywhere. They would bust and break, and they were like the size of ornaments that go on Christmas trees. He's like, who made that lamp anyway? Like it was the stupidest lamp ever. And then I put one there and it just didn't fit the room. I found one that I absolutely love, and here it is. This very beautiful Barbara Berry lamp. I also installed, if you can see, there's backlighting. What's super cool about all the lighting that's now in here, all the up lighting, we actually have the lights on in this space, but what's even more cool is all of the LED lighting that's all motion censored. So the moment I walk in my closet, the lights turn on, and after a while they actually turn off, which I absolutely love. That's very helpful for me, saves money on bills. A lot of these clothes have been reorganized. Again, there's a lot less in here. It may not feel like it, but trust and believe me, it is. One more time, I'm gonna go through another edit just to go through every section of the closet one more time and pull out some additional pieces. I wanted to show you this. This is a new ottoman. I had an ottoman here before, but it was skirted. What I loved, I wanted to modernize the closet a bit, so I brought in the same color wood tones. I had a rug that I had ordered for my room. The sizing wasn't right, the color wasn't right, and I thought, why not repurpose it and place it in this space? It'd be so wasteful just to kind of get rid of it. What I love about this ottoman is that it opens. And so this goes into being my prayer closet. So here is my pillow that I'm typically sitting on my tush, or I am on my knees. My Bible is in here, paper to write with, pens, and of course, good old Kleenex, because there are a lot of tears. And girl, I am not trying to get all these tears on this rug because it might get it dirty or something. But the thing is that in all seriousness, I love this space. I love because it feels enclosed. And although I can pray anywhere in my house, and I have prayed anywhere in my house, if I'm being honest, when I get up in the morning, my mind is racing. I have so many things I'm thinking through, from everything from the clothes that I'm wearing to what my to-do list is. Who did I forget to email or text? Did I get back to a particular person who had an issue? And when I'm in here and I pause to pray, it really helps me get my bearings and get clarity. And so my closet to me is not just a place where I get ready on the outside, but it's now a place that I get ready on the inside. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my shoes. They were spread everywhere, and I wanted things to be a little bit more consolidated and make sense. So instead of building a different size or way or direction of my closet, which was in part of my proposals, I thought, why not just reorganize it? So I revamped it and I moved all of my sweatshirts to this space. This is all my workout clothes. And then all of my sneakers and stuff are displayed under my workout clothes. In addition to that, all of my sandals. So these are all cool new displays. What I love about these is that you can actually pull them out. As you can see, I haven't even taken the labels off. They are magnetic. And what makes them different and better than the ones I had, the other ones pulled and oftentimes they broke. So I love this because I can leave it open and just grab my shoes, or if I really wanted to close it, I could do that. Of course you want to take the sticker off. Don't be like me. In addition to that, this was all full of different handbags and shoes. As you can see, there's some empty space intentionally. I was able to bless other people who needed bags or wanted bags or could use bags. Maybe they're headed to college in this season. So a young girl headed to college. Who doesn't love a Louis Vuitton? So, especially a carry-all, or, you know, I certainly would have if somebody would have given me one in college. I think I was still using bags from Target. So other bags I gifted, my kids are not big on bags, but they had specific ones that they were like, if you ever get rid of that bag, so that they were able to get those. So I know I said I kept the structure the same, but initially it was super flat at the top. And I wanted to look more like furniture, like a furniture piece. And so working with Israel from La Vista Construction, they were able to actually put crown molding at the top and take it all the way across. And I also put up lighting. I absolutely love it. It just, to me, elevated the space. It made it feel like more like furniture. And it took away the closet, basic closet kind of feel. And over here, these were shoes that I displayed, not because they're just hot shoes. I mean, I'm just saying, these are like... But no, really, in all seriousness, this just made it easier for me to grab heels. Now, this was a hurt piece. I'm not going to tell you I have another shoe closet. I have another shoe closet. But these are the heels that I use on a more regular basis that are basic in color and go with a lot of things in the closet. So this just makes it totally easy. And I did lighting as well. If we turn off the closet light, which is... this is kind of the illuminating glow that you get. And all of these things are on sensors now. So as I walk in and out, these lights come on and come off. It's a soft glow. It's also cool because when I don't want to have all the up lighting going on, your standard lights, it's a very good, cool space and place to just be in prayer. I can at least see my Bible. This is where I hang my robes because it gets cold. What is cool is I took drawer pulls to actually use this for a place to hang my robes. Now let me tell you, you can use this for so many things. These drawer pulls, instead of just using regular things for my hat wall, you can use drawer pulls for your hat wall as well. And that way it still coordinates with your room. If you take off a hat and you can see that pull, it's just not some ugly little pull. It coordinates with your entire closet. The other thing is it's a great place that if you're carrying a handbag and you can take a drawer pull, and that just is a place where you can just hang your handbag that you use on a more regular basis if you're not a person that switches in and out as much. And so that keeps your handbag also off the floor. The other thing is it's a great place to hang your towels. And it just continues to coordinate with your closet. What I love about this is you don't have to have this massive walk-in closet. Not everybody does. Maybe you have a smaller walk-in closet. Maybe you don't have a walk-in closet at all. But you can actually still stick these drawer pulls on the inside walls of your closet or in different places within your closet to help organize things and hang things up like your everyday purse, a robe, and it doesn't take additional space. And it keeps things elevated, coordinated, and consistent. I like to match. We already know that. I like to match. So this revamp closet was not just about decluttering and getting rid of things on the outside, all the things you could see, but it was also about revamping and decluttering on the inside. So this has been an amazing project where not only was I able to give things away, but I was also able to let things go in my heart. I'm excited about more of what's to come. I have more clarity. There's still some more things I need to get rid of. I certainly learned the difference between needs and wants, and I'm so excited for you all to go on this journey with me. I don't know all what I'm giving. I wish there was a way to give it to you viewers out there. But this time in this season, I'm in a different place, and I'm so excited, and I hope you'll come along with me.
Thanks for watching. Go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content and shopping guides.